And so when a woman gets diagnosed, especially with later stages of breast cancer, she may lose her life, she may lose her liberty, and not only does she become unhappy, but also all those who love her. And so it's the pain and suffering that I have seen, I have known, that make me want women to escape from breast cancer. And the other day, one of my dear friends who happens to be a physician, she was diagnosed, but because it was early, her chances of total recovery are enormous. And so that's the big education message that drives us to let women feel that they can be responsible for their own health. So, Susan, what would you have on that
Well,
issue?
I think, as you said, 1 in 7 women are going to be diagnosed, which is just amazing. So all of us know people who have gone through this experience. And so that obviously drives the why. Also, if you ever go to any sort of an event that is for survivors and you notice how young they are becoming,
Yes.
that's the other why. And I think it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because on the one hand you go, oh my gosh, there are so many survivors. But on the other hand you go, yay, good, there are so many survivors. So that if we do catch this quickly, and women are so good at taking care of everybody else, we need to take care of ourselves. So getting those mammograms early and knowing that when it's caught early, there's a great opportunity to just kind of kick this disease to the curb.
That's right. And the myths need to go away. The myths of, well, no one in my family has had it, or I can skip my mammogram for 6 months. When we look at what we believe, that is a change in behavior. So as I look at your organization, I see that strong educational component, especially through the WVIZ interview and the Facebook and the website, all of that. And then of course the fundraising. But anything else you have for our audience that you would love to share with them? Because as you are all listening, think about the women in your life and the men. I read an article recently about a man who had found in his right breast a lump. 6 months later, his wife in her right breast had a lump. Both of them going through this. So tell our audience what else you have to share.
Well, you mentioned the myths of, well, nobody in my family has it. Really very little of the breast cancer, maybe 10%, is hereditary. So you need to be very aware of your body. And yes, men get breast cancer, and the unfortunate thing for men is that they don't think they can get it. This is crazy. And so they don't deal with the lump. And the breast cancer tends to get further along with men, so that's the difficult part. So women, if your man has a lump on his breast, have him take care of it quickly.
Yes.
So,
Good. Well said.
I think what's important, and this came out with Oprah's message the other day, and it's woman power, and that women have the power to support the vaccine, to get people to have it used when it's finally out, but it impacts every generation. One of the things we'll be doing in the new year is interviewing a trio of women. The grandmother, who's a member of our coalition, her daughter, who is a physician and had early breast cancer, and then the granddaughter, who is the volunteer who's doing our website. So all three generations are connecting.
Wow.
So there's no age group that doesn't have a way of participating.
That's powerful, because sometimes people perceive that breast cancer is, someone over 50 or in their 60s to find this out. So with Dr. Tuohy, because we definitely need to talk about Dr. Tuohy.
Yes.
Dr. Vincent Tuohy is right here at the Cleveland Clinic, and Women Who Care About Breast Cancer, the fundraising goes to his research. So for audience and podcast members, please know, right here in Cleveland, Ohio. And again, I worked for March of Dimes for years and years, and we would talk about Dr. Jonas Salk and think about the Salk vaccine and how it saved so many lives. think about Cleveland, Ohio, and Dr. Vincent Tuohy, and this breast cancer vaccine saving so many lives. I like to think ahead. 50 years from now, people will look back and say, you know, thank goodness the two of you started this and took that risk. So I would like to challenge you live. I did not prepare this, so I'm surprising both of my guests. And Dr. Marjorie has all of her notes, and she's very organized. I believe that we need a Vincent Circle. And I think the Vincent Circle for Dr. Vincent Tuohy would be when you get a group of 5 to 10 women together, as Dr. Marjorie suggested, and make that gift. Make that gift before the end of the year. That Vincent Circle for Dr. Vincent Tuohy. This is a man who works tirelessly, and he will be the first to tell you he likes to be in the lab, he likes to work on the vaccine. He has you guys to do the spokesperson role. But that Vincent Circle, find 5 friends, everyone. Put that through our Facebook, and we will post that on the Women Who Care About Breast Cancer Facebook over this time period. But that Vincent Circle, friends to really push for this vaccine. I know for my daughter, I want this vaccine. I know for me, I'm already older, but for those who would be, again, getting that vaccine, think about what we can do for our grandchildren, what we can do for our daughters, for our sons. It's powerful. So,
It is.
Vincent Circle.
Love that.
Okay, good.
Love that.
I think it's a good name. Another possibility I would suggest is choosing between the Vincent Circle and prevention, because Dr. Tuohy is telling us that he wants not publicity, he wants this to be the women taking care of women, and that he wants us to create a women's movement that is apolitical. It's not about Democrats, it's not about Republicans, it's about wanting us all to be very healthy. So you could, whatever name the group picks, prevention, Vincent Circle, but he really is modest in a very powerful and humble way.
That's right, a movement. So thinking about a movement, that would entail having maybe 5 to 10 friends who not only give, but we check on each other. When was your mammogram? How's your husband doing? How's your family doing? This is a great idea, and I agree with you. He is very modest, and so that movement needs to be about us helping each other. Very good. Exactly. What did we forget? What did you want to discuss with our audience that maybe I forgot to ask you?
Well, I think we covered an awful lot of it. I think the important thing is to listen to your body, pay attention to what's going on, get it taken care of quickly if there is something, get your circle of friends together, and support what is happening right here in Cleveland.
I think the circle of friends
I do
is
too.
a very powerful
As soon as you
idea.
said it, I
So
agree.
good.
Women helping women, and women knowing when they're in that circle, they can tell the most personal information that will stay in the group. It won't be a gossipy thing. It'll be a faith and hope as their target.
I think you just created it, that Circle of Friends movement. So for audience members, you know that we have our book club upcoming, and shortly we'll have a visual. Thank you. Our visual shows that in the month of December to December 31st, we're reading Discovering Your Dawn. And I'd like to add to that Circle of Friends. If you're reading with other people, please tell them about the Circle of Friends and helping each other. Let's make it more than a book club. Let's do more of helping each other, and then we will begin in January all of our Your Strategic Personal Brand, chapter by chapter. We'll go through that book together. So I want to thank you, and thank you very much for being here. The Circle of Friends begins.
That's awesome.
Thank
That's
you,
wonderful.
and congratulations for everything you do. And for our audience members, keep those comments coming. We like hearing from you. Thank you very much for your votes for the Clapper Awards. Thanks for believing in our show, and thanks for being here today. Have a great day. Thank you.